Titus Leo is one of my draft targets for the New England Patriots, where I had him at the 5th, 6th, and 7th round in the UDFA video. Titus is heading into the NFL draft as a cyborg athlete that can bring some versatility thanks to his potential to be an edge player at both the D end and linebacker position. It can even fill in some spots at D-back and contribute on special teams. This potential earned him a trip to the East-West Shrine Bowl, where he showed off his potential to be an edge rusher. Titus has a long history of excelling at multiple positions while playing at Wagner, but his pro day has proven he has the physical talents to play those positions at the NFL level. Before I get into his pro day numbers, I wanted to recap Titus's production at Wagner. Now, Leo has some physical talent, but his production over the past 2 seasons is respectable. In 2021, as a junior, Leo played in 10 games and was on the field for nearly 500 snaps. He chalked up 40 tackles, 9 assists, and 29 stops, and he also logged in 38 pressures and 6 sacks on the year. In 2022, as a senior, Leo played in 11 games, hit 554 snaps, primarily as an edge rusher, where he logged 45 tackles, 13 assists, and 35 stops, and he also chalked up 27 total pressures and 3 sacks in the season. When watching his tape, it was obvious that the other team's offense did their best to completely avoid Leo's side of the field. Despite this, he was still able to produce solid numbers. Leo is incredibly dynamic with very smooth movements, yet he is very explosive off the line and has the speed to track down the ball from across the field. His edge skills are impressive with several moves, including some great counters, but his spin move is going to be a problem for tackles at the next level. His long arms help him gain leverage, and his mobility allows him to dip and bend. At linebacker, Titus shows his speed and fluid hips to turn and run coverage against tight ends. He even shows his potential to play back in the secondary with his ability to mirror. Prior to his pro day, Titus was known to be a physical specimen in the strength and conditioning facility, with a reported 375-pound bench press and could do 30 pull-ups, which is impressive considering his massive wingspan and arm length. To explain, most athletes who have extremely long arms typically don't have high-end numbers for the upper body lifts or movements, because they have to go through a larger range of motion compared to shorter arm people. So, Titus is a very powerful athlete, which was on full display at his recent pro day at Army West Point. Let's review. For his 40, we got 4.69. His 10-yard, however, was 1.57, with his 20-yard split also being 2.6. His 3-cone was 7.3 seconds. His shuttle was 4.37. His vertical was 34. His broad jump was 10.9, and he benched 20 reps. Now let's compare those numbers to participants at the combine. As a defensive end, Titus would have been top 20 in the 40-yard. His 10-yard would have put him in the top 3. His 34-inch vertical would have been top 10. His broad would have been top 3. His 7.3 cone would have been top 10. His 4.37 20-yard shuttle would have been top 5. That gave him a defensive end RAS of 8.41, which as of right now is 12th overall in the draft. As a linebacker, Titus would have been top 20 in the 40. His 10-yard would have put him in the middle of the pack, as well as his vertical. His broad would have tied for first, but his 6.73 cone would have been top 5, and his 20-yard shuttle would have been top 3. And he would have been middle of the pack on bench reps. His linebacker RAS is 9.08, which is currently 6th overall. As a safety, Leo would be near the bottom of the 40. His 10-yard would put him in the middle of the pack. However, his 37-inch vertical would be near the top 5. His broad would tie for 3rd. His 3-cone would have been the worst, but there was only 2 participants. And his 20 would have been 3rd, but there was only 3 participants. His bench would have been in the top 3rd. Keep in mind, these numbers do include both strong safety and free safety prospects. It's important to note that his strong safety RAS is at 8.55, which would be 6th overall at this point. I believe Titus should be on the Patriots board. His athleticism and measurables allow him to play in multiple positions, and his testing numbers permit him to be in the conversation. Leo's top talent is rushing. However, his experience as a linebacker, safety, and corner does allow him to be on the field in several packages. When you watch Titus play upright, I see Jamie Collins, and his build and testing numbers are similar. Now, the questions are, do the Patriots want him? Where would you take him? If Titus was strictly just a D end, I don't think he would be drafted, but perhaps brought in at UDFA. However, the Patriots love versatile players, and he's a cyborg player that can play D end, outside linebacker, D back, and contribute on special teams, which has me thinking they could even use a 6th or 7th on him because he can add depth at several positions and be a solid guy to put on special teams. I classify players like Titus as cyborgs because they have some of the best attributes needed to excel in several positions. It's important to note that Titus has a better RAS than Judon and Uche at both linebacker and the DM position. He has a better RAS than Dietrich Wise at the end. He also beats Juwan Bentley, linebacker. In addition, he might have the potential to be a hybrid player at one of those box rover / star safety positions. So it's hard to disregard him as a prospect. Considering the Patriots need a big D-back, and this is a thin safety class, perhaps Leo's stock is a bit richer than its current valuation. Indeed, playing at Wagner does question if Leo can perform at the NFL level. I would point to Kyle Duggar, a physical freak that showed promise outside a blue-chip program. So, hope the Patriots are at least taking a flyer on Titus. I hope we see him in Foxborough. What do you think about Titus Leo? Should the Patriots draft him? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.